year. So, I was watching a little bit of this show, Lord of Colors, and I watched a little bit of Radiant, and I noticed a very interesting distinction. With Radiant, I can just watch it, and I love every bit of it. The action, the story, I'm in there like swimwear. When it comes to stuff like World of Colors, I'm mostly watching because it's pretty to look at. It's literally eye candy. I don't hate the show, but I'm not really interested in the characters because it feels like they haven't really changed since the show started. They're pretty much the same person. And even when they have opportunities to change, no one really changes. And it got me thinking about a stream. There's two types of anime. There's one kind where it's eye candy and you just watch it because it's pretty to look at. You're trying to see those dope fights. You're trying to see those waifus. You're trying to see your favorite character put in work. And it's other type of series, you actually care about the story. What's going to happen to the characters. And you want to know what happens next. And that's what keeps you going. And after seeing that, I was like, yo, this is actually how stuff works. Me personally, I always care about story. Characters. I want to see characters change. Because most characters, in a way, are supposed to be people. People change over time. They don't stay stagnant forever. And if they do, they're going to have a reason why. But in the World of Colors, they're high school students. High school students are supposed to go through some type of change. You at least expect so because puberty, social environment, yada yada, all that stuff, right? The World of Colors just feels like everybody changed, but not in the way you expect. They changed because in the past they were like this, and now they're slightly different. So it's like, yeah, I guess that's okay. That's cool. So I don't hate the series. Just I can't watch it for the story. Because every time I care about the story, I'm like, there's actually no story to this. It's just teenagers going through the struggle of being a teenager. They're socially awkward, trying to figure out who they are, what they want to do, all this cool stuff. And after seeing that, I was like, oh, yeah, it's not bad, but it's like, that's how I keep putting it off. Because I was stuck at episode 3 for the longest time. Every time I started, I would stop to look on Twitter, to watch other things. And at first, I was like, why do I keep doing this? It's pretty to look at. It's PA Works Studio. Come on, bro. You already know it's going to be eye candy. You can get through it. But it was always a struggle just to get through it. Coming episode 7 halfway through. I'm going to binge the rest of it tonight. And hopefully the ending is worth it. Because one person was saying on the review on AniList, it's a good series, but it's not for everyone because the first episodes aren't really that appealing. And once again, it's like they're high school students where nobody's really going to change. But you're there to see how it all ends. So it's one of those series where stuff happens, but not really. And it's either going to like it or you're not going to like it. There's no in between. And I always want to finish it because I'm already on episode 7. I might as well see how it all ends. He did mention, but I didn't read the spoiler, that it's going to be a bittersweet ending. So I'm excited for that. And I really want to see how it's all going to play out because only thing that God had told me in her story, it's all about if you have a dull life and everything looks bland, wouldn't that change how you handle situations? And if you see a glimpse of color, wouldn't you chase after and do whatever it takes to keep seeing those gorgeous colors? So I think maybe Hitomi, it's like a metaphor for something. Life is what you make it, something like that. Because at first I was like, why magic? Why school? If take away the magic part, it's just people being in school. And a lot of people do feel like Hitomi. Yes, there's stuff they're supposed to be happy for, appreciating their life. But they can't because to them, everything's like the same old, same old. If everything isn't black and white for you, wouldn't your life be boring? Wouldn't you not want to care about things and be indifferent half the time? And you just stick to your comfort zone. That's what Hitomi does throughout the majority of the show. And at first I didn't get it, but after thinking about it, yeah, I understand why I went for colors. Because think about it. A lot of people say their days are bleak, they're boring. You think of boring, you think of like colors like gray and black. So I was like, oh, that was actually kind of clever. But once again, I'm not saying there's no story to be found. I'm just saying there's other series that cover the struggle of being a teenager, the high school struggles, all that stuff. So in a way, you don't need this series. Yeah, if you like the eye candy, keep going. The voice acting actually hits all of the voices. Make me want to hear the characters talk and see what they're going to do next, even though I don't have any expectations for them. And after getting through episode 5, I was like, so it's going to be that kind of story where I feel like it all ends with Hitomi realizing that she was acting crazy and she was all in her head this entire time. All she had to do from the jump that she's supposed to do is just say, you know what? I'm making my life boring. Let me just step outside my comfort zone and try out new things. That's all she had to do. But for some strange reason, she doesn't want to do that. She just wants to stay in her bubble and slowly make steps. I feel like her love interest could be exactly what she needs in her life. But once again, she's like in different time period than him, so it wouldn't work out either way. And he's not really an interesting guy to me besides him, John. So I just don't get how this series got approved. Like, who's sitting here, bro? This is gonna be a fire story. So what's the point? They're gonna be in high school, and all they're gonna do is talk about their feelings and be socially awkward like every high schooler in existence. Yeah, do that. It's actually blowing me for real. Like, I just really wonder what happened that day in the studio. And I imagine how the voice actors in the actual studio, like, we're actually gonna say all this. Okay, here we go. So if I had to rate the show, I'll give it, if we're just rating it on like enjoyment, I would give it like a C. But we're talking about how beautiful it is, the voice acting, like the whole package, it's easy to B for me. Because every time a character is doing something, saying something, I'm like interested in the moment. But once the moment passes, I'm not really like, okay, what's next for the plot? Because so far it just seems like everybody in the show, like the main group, main cast, they're supposed to be in relationships with each other, but no one's actually claimed the title. So similar to in high school, you can like somebody, y'all hang out all the time, but nobody claimed anyone as their bae, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. Which, nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of irritating. It's there, but no one's trying to use it. You get me? So it's kind of like you have a crush, but y'all best friends, childhood friends, and that's all there is. Everyone thinks something gonna happen, but nothing ever happens. So to wrap this up, I say watch World of Colors at your own discretion. If you can handle the plot that's there but not there, you're good. But if you just want to see something pretty, you can look at screenshots and call it a day, watch a review on it. That'd be much better. I would recommend it if you like slice of life and you like the idea of magic and the concept of girl is boring and bland and she only sees in black and white. But the second she can see a world of colors, she's gonna change. That's the whole premise. And I made it this far because I want to see how it's all gonna end. And there's still hope it can end on a good note. I know it's gonna end on a good note. It's just powering through these episodes to see the payoff. And for me personally, I'm not really a fan of the idea. You get a boring start, but then the conclusion is gonna make everything worth it. I'd rather a hype start, a decent middle, and fire conclusion. So that way you had hope from the beginning, not like, okay, you just gotta power through this stuff, then maybe it gets good. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not that boring. Maybe I'm only bored because I don't like school life, and I find school life in high school setting cringy. But hey, that's just me. If y'all watch World of Colors, what do you think about it? If you like school life, what's the appeal? Only appeal I heard when people mention school life, slice of life, it's just supposed to be relatable. The socially awkward moments, the awkward tension. Everyone wants to do something but doesn't know how to say it, how to word it. And yeah, but that's all I want to say today. First video of 2019. We out here. I think I'm gonna go move going forward, just more streams about topics that come to my mind, and let's have fun with it. Videos may be a thing, but no promises because it's gonna be a busy year. A lot of crazy stuff going on, a lot of bangers dropping, but hopefully all pays off in the end, and hopefully y'all enjoy the content. Thank you so much for the crazy 2018. We made a lot of progress, a lot of moves have been made, but we're not done yet. I can say so much more, but to wrap up things, if you like what I do, want to support me anyway, got Patreon, always link in the description below. I got Twitter, I got Discord, you already know what to do. I can say so much more, but my crew needs me.